Shalom once again. This video is left in Christian churches, left in Babylon. A few things I'm going to go over right quick. Okay, we are looking at here United Methodist Church of Babylon. Yes, there is a Babylon in Babylon. They knew what they were doing when they named this place Babylon. This church is 21 James Street, Babylon, New York. And of course we have the normal traditional church with the steeple. We all understand what this steeple represents. This is a male sexual part. This is the same thing in Washington, the obelisks. This is what it is. And this video is about people that's being left in Christian churches. Now, most people in the truth, all camps, everyone agree that we need to come out of these Christian churches. There's not one group, not one camp. It's amazing how we believe some of the same things. Everyone, no matter what camp you're in, no matter who you under, what community you're with, they all agree we should come out of the Christian churches. And no doubt we did. All of us, we came from Christian churches. We came out of Christian churches. And there are people that's left in Christian churches. And you can see thousands of people in these churches. These are the mega churches. And the mega churches, you know, we look at it as, how can the people not see? And these people believe what they're believing. They're believing, of course, we understand they are believing lies. And we understand, you know, the biggest lie is the law is done away with. And this is what we believe. Now, I'm going to make a few points here. And this is something that is easy to see. And I'm going to make the relations between the Christian church and Babylon. So we understand when we was in the Christian church, we was a part of it. We was connected to it spiritually and physically. Here is how. Everything that church taught, we was pretty much trying to do. And we did. And we believe that connected us spiritually. No matter what activity they had us in, we was connected to whatever they were doing. Okay, once we found out we were supposed to keep the law, we came out. We came out because they was not keeping the law there, and they're living a lie. And so we came out physically. And this is something, once again, we all agree to coming out spiritually and physically. Okay, what does the scripture says about what these people are doing? Matthew 5:17 through 19. Is the law done away with? He says, this Yahusha, do not think that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. You must understand, he mentioned the Torah and the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but fulfill. What does this fulfill mean? Because many people don't understand what fulfill mean. Fulfill mean, he was saying everything written in scripture that's talked about me that I must do, I will do it. This is fulfilling. He fulfilled everything that he was supposed to do. He says, for surely I say to you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one tittle by no means pass from the law till all is fulfilled. So this is, we know in the law that Moses said he proclaimed to the people. He knew when he died that they was going to act a fool. So he said, I call witness against you, heaven and earth. And this is why it's written in there. And heaven and earth still exists. That means the law still exists. And I mean, even beyond, when Yahushua come back, the law will still exist, because the heaven and the earth will still be here. And it's until the new heaven and the new earth is when all of this is when it will be passed. And then we will go into eternity. He says, whoever therefore breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches men so, this is what they're doing in the churches. They're breaking them, and they're teaching men that we don't keep this. It's done away with. Shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. There's some deepness in this least here. But whoever does and teaches them, he should be called great in the kingdom. And this is one of the reasons we came out. Now, why didn't we stay in her physically and just stop doing what we were doing? Let's just keep the law. How about let's stay in the churches spiritually, and we continue, physically, and let's keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and we don't do what they do. No, we came out spiritually and physically. All right, let's talk about this law that they're saying is done away with. Psalms 19:7 through 11. It says the Torah of Yahuwah is perfect. This law is perfect. Now, someone saying the law has been changed, and this someone will be held accountable for leading and teaching people that the law has been changed. If something is perfect, it doesn't need changing. We the one mess things up. It says the law of Yahuwah is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahuwah is sure, making wise the simple. What is it saying? We were simple when we were in those Christian churches, and once we got a hold of the law, we became wiser. This is what this is saying. The statutes of Yahuwah are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yahuwah is pure. Here we're seeing the commandment in the laws and the prophets. This is something I must touch on later on, because people say, we are to keep the commandments, but they don't understand. He also gave commandments in the prophets, and the scripture proves that. It says, enlightening the eyes, the fear of Yahuwah is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahuwah are true and righteous altogether. His judgments is true and righteous, more to be desired than gold. So we should desire this. We should desire his truth and righteousness more than gold. Yeah, than much fine gold, sweeter than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by the servant is warned. It says, moreover, by them your servant is warned. And in keeping them, there is great reward. We understand keeping his word, keeping what he says, it's great reward. Psalm 19:105. This is what the people don't understand. His word is a lamp. His word is it's a light. This is our light. And we can't see without his word. And we need the law and the prophets. His word is a lamp to my feet, a light unto my path. Without this, we walk in darkness. Luke 11:28. But he said more than that, Barak are those who hear the word of the Most High and keep it. You see, once we heard this word that we're supposed to keep the law, we heard it and we kept it. Now, the question, I'm back to my question. Why didn't we stay in the Christian churches and just keep his law? No. We wanted to detach from that. Now, we can understand the Christian church, but we can't understand the same connection when it comes to Babylon itself. We refuse to see that connection, because we could have stayed in the Christian churches and kept his law, statutes, and commandments. We would have been called hypocrites. We wouldn't have been no different than a person going to Christian churches, doing what he wanted to do the rest of the week, and he just going there just because, I don't know, his wife making him go or his parents making him go, and they would look at him as a hypocrite. He do everything that the people in the world do. This is what they called us when we were in Christianity. Someone coming to church and not doing whatever the pastor or the leader of that church say to do. This person was called a hypocrite. So they can call us a hypocrite. We keep the law and we still come to church. No, we came out spiritually. Spiritually meaning we stopped doing what they was doing, breaking the law, and we started trying to keep the law. And then we came out physically. We just left the Christian churches. This is how it's done. Matthew 7:21-23. This is what these people in those Christian churches will be saying. It says, not everyone that says to me, Master, Master, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of the Father. What is his will? His word, his law, his Torah and the prophets. This is his will. The law and the prophets. Never forget the prophets. There's not enough emphasis put on the prophets. It says, many will say to me in that day, this is what they will say in that day, at judgment time, Master, Master, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, and done many wonders in your name? And I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. Lawlessness simply means without law. Now, let's talk about Babylon. Number one, this is something I brought out in previous videos. Many of you that's been following this channel, you understand this. But there's new people coming to this channel and tooting the horn of Mecca being Babylon. Oh, it's Mecca. Listen, you need to go back and watch some of those videos. This has already been proven on this channel. And you just haven't done your research. Listen, America, first of all, let me bring out Mecca. In Mecca, there are 1.3 million population. 1.3 million people. This is what we're talking about. And you're saying this is Babylon. This is the mixed people that Jeremiah is talking about. The Vatican population is 451 people. 451. So between Mecca plus Vatican, you're talking less than 2 million people. So you put the two together and you have less than 2 million people. So this is impossible. United States, America, 318.9 million people. Yes, this is her. Yes, this is her. This is the mixed multitude. Research the word multitude. This is the mixed multitude of people that the scripture is talking about. All right, Matthew 7:13, and I brought this out the last video. Enter by the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there are many who go by it. Here is the many. This is the many. 318.9 million. This is the many. And most of the people, this is what's coming. This is what scripture says. This is not my word. We know it says, listen, it says broad is the way that lead to destruction, and there will be many who go in it. It says because narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. Most of the people out there, they're not going to find this difficult way because they're looking for the easy way out. This is one thing that Babylon taught us. Babylon taught us easy things, smooth things, take the easy way out. And this is what warped the minds of the people. Now, to Babylon. Okay. The people that came out of the Christian churches, the people that came out of Babylon, now you have people left in Babylon just like people are left in the Christian churches. So this is something that many are not understanding what's going on. So this group of people that came out, this is what they did. They stopped partaking of her spiritually. Now, how can you partake of Babylon spiritually? You're saying, I'm not in the Christian churches. We have our own camps. We're doing our own thing. Okay, I understand. And I brought this point out to someone before because I was showing them what the scripture said when it says, come out of her, lest you partake of her sins and of her plagues in Revelation. And see, this is the part they don't understand. And I've said this before. It's impossible to stay in Babylon and not partake of her sins. It's impossible. You have no other choice. It's everywhere you look. It's all around you. And you will take part of her sins.